We are getting close to the end. We are now in week 10, and we're going to look at further essential agreements and related terms in this part 2 of essential agreements.
So here's what we're going to cover this week. This module, week 10, covers the important terms for distribution agreements and closing agreements. The distribution of a film or television project is in fact what drives the success of the film or TV project. Profits can be lost if distribution agreements do not include at least the most basic terms to protect revenues, profits, and to protect the project and the producer and the investor. During the closing, all agreements and terms must be made to fit, so the completion bond insurance can be issued and the production funds can be released to the production in accordance with the bonded production cash flow plan, so we can produce the project. Important contractual terms for sales and distribution agreements is what we're going to discuss this week. Essential closing agreements and terms, and what to expect in the closing process. So by the end of this week, you should be able to identify the important terms for distribution agreements, identify which terms can negatively impact the distribution and revenues, and identify the steps and agreements related to the closing process.
In detail, what we're looking at this week is the essential agreements in connection with sales and distribution. We'll talk about some essential terms that are important for your work with the completion bond company. We'll look at the comma and inter-party agreement, which lay out the waterfall and are essential points for the closing of financing, distribution, and banking. We'll look at the list of closing agreements, which is not a complete list, but it will include most of the agreements that will be applicable. We'll take a look at the closing process itself, and I'd like you to look at the summary video for Module 10 and read Chapter 11 of the Entertainment Finance Today book. The key activities for this week include the submission of your final prep assignment by Sunday, and please check on Canvas and announcements if there are any other key activities due this week.